So people, in this video we're going to be looking at the Rory McIlroy and Fred Couples step drill. An unbelievable way to create an awesome downswing and create separation and lateral shift in your swing. We're also going to take a look at what the left leg's really doing. The real information about when the left leg straightens and how to use the left leg in your downswing. To do that, we've got some incredible views and angles and slow motion clips and some really awesome drills. We've also got the Mo Norman impact drill, and we've just got so much here to help everyone's impact position and play some better golf. Guys, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. World Class Golf, we're reaching lots of people. If you do like the video, give us a thumbs up because that helps us reach more people. Right, let's get stuck into a fascinating video. So guys, right, have a look at this, the McIlroy move. Have a look at this lead heel, right? This replanning, if you can call it that step over. How many of the world's best ever ball strikers have used this in their swing? It's absolutely staggering. And I'm going to show you how to feel this. Just even if you start off just using it as a drill, look at Couples, what a golf swing, one of my favorites. It's just unbelievable motion, isn't it? Look at that replanning, that stepping over. The fastest way to create lateral shift and separation in your golf swing. Now, we've seen so many great players use this swing. I was fortunate enough to assist Peter Lonard, one of Australia's best ever ball strikers, before COVID, before that messed up everything. If you ever get a chance to see this guy hit golf balls, it's unbelievable. And look, we've seen Nicholas do it as well. You can see that squiggly little line there I've drawn? That replanning over, creating separation, a move of greatness. Let's have a look how we can feel this move, practice this, and bring, there's such a positive chain reaction on your downswing. Let's have a look. So people, right, the McIlroy heel toe drill, and what an amazing move, what a remarkable move this is. I'm going to show you a second feel with this drill to create some pure separation from your bottom half to your top half, moving like great players do. Now, we've seen some of the best players of all time use this move. I want to start you off just using a drill first, just to become familiar with it, understanding, creating some more body awareness. Now, when we get to the top of the swing, here's how you can practice it. You take a practice swing first. Get to the top without the golf ball. Get up to the top of the swing and simply just lift the heel, just become familiar and replant that heel over. Okay, now then move through the golf ball. Now, the thing I want you guys to watch out for or to notice is I want your chest to point up. When you're creating, for a lot of golfers out there, unfortunately, a lot of club players, amateur players, they're not able to get the lateral shift without the top half moving forwards. And so what we're going to do here is when we get into the finished position, we're going to have the chest pointed up. Now, I don't know if you can see this picture here. See, there's a curve here. This is actually, there's always going to be a curve. This is 100 professionals downloaded in the system and from the PGA Tour, and we're always going to have a curve in the small of the back, right? There's always going to, you're going to be in a position like this. When the chest is forwards and pointing down, we don't have the separation. So that's just one area to look out for here. When you are taking the step over, make sure that your chest points slightly up in the end position. This is the fastest way. This is really the fastest way to create lateral shift in your swing. Now, one of the big misunderstandings for amateur golfers out there on the internet is the straightening of the left leg. They believe they have to straighten the left leg early through the golf ball, at impact, in the downswing. Straightening the left leg too early is an absolute death move. Have a look at McIlroy's lead leg here. It doesn't even straighten at all. Have a look at Mo Norman, one of the best ball strikers ever. He actually spoke about the left leg staying bent, toes on the ground. Now, we've seen just so many great players, the world's best. This is essential. Do not straighten your left leg too early, because when you do, you won't be able to shift across, recenter, and get compression. Have a look at Tommy Fleetwood, one of the best iron players. He's going to get his left leg over there, and still bent, still bent, still bent. Now, that's bent. That left leg is bent. And if you get across that far, still bent, you can then, and only then, still bent, extend up through the golf ball, but don't do it too early. Even Tiger Woods, who had like a really bent or really straight left leg at impact a lot of the time, look at him shift, how far he shifts across. Now that leg's bent, still there, still here. It's like a shifting, floating, bent left leg, and then it starts to straighten up through the golf ball. We can see it with so many great ball strikers. The creases in the pants. Have a look at the crease in the pants. Look at the line here, people. Do not straighten this left leg too early. Amateur players, that's the death move. And so many, unfortunately, are doing it. I'm going to show you some drills here. I'm going to show you the Mo Norman impact drill. We're going to be looking at some other feels and drills here to get this lead leg in the correct position and get the timing of this and understanding, because it's just the secret. If you don't get this part right in your swing, people, we've seen it with Hogan, we've seen it with all these great players. This is one of the key moves in the swing. Let's get stuck into it. So guys, let's have a listen to what Mo Norman says before we have a look at the Mo Norman impact drill.
Voted best swing analysis and best online instruction by several independent surveys. World-class golf instruction is transforming thousands of golfers at every skill level. Do not miss out. This video platform has over 1,400 videos and 85 separate masterclass series. The most structured and detailed video platform ever created, improving golfers on average between 4 and 11 shots. Join the chat room and join the community of world-class golf instruction. This is golf instruction that you've never seen before. The proven PGA corridors, factual evidence-based material. Unleash your true potential with the cutting-edge swing analysis technology. Experience the thrill of progress with the state-of-the-art practice programs and specialized golf fitness plans. Best information available.
So guys, right, let's have a look at the Mo Norman drill. Now, what an amazing move this guy had down through the golf ball. How the left leg was bent and how he lowered down and how he dropped. And we're going to have a look at this leg work. We've seen it with, we've seen so many great players with Adam Scott and Garcia, and we'll just talk about this for a second, because this is a great way to feel this movement around impact and just after impact. So what we do, and obviously we've got to lower down, but what we do is we pop the club over opposite your left foot. Now I want to get a compression line here, meaning I want the shaft and the lead arm in one line, right? Now then we're going to move laterally and lower down. So when you're in this position and we get a line down here from the outside of this lead leg, I want it around 4 or 5 inches in front of the golf ball. Okay, so we're getting the right knee to cover the golf ball. This is the position we're in, and we've lowered down. Okay, so you get into this position, start again, pop it over opposite that lead foot. We're going to shift across and we're going to lower down. You got this elbow in, and just stay there for a second, and you feel like, just look down at your legs, feel the pressure on your foot here, because you never get ripped off the shot from here. All right, and this is a great way to get your right leg, your left knee into such a pure position. Once you stand in positions for longer, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, and you come back and then you give it a hit, you move through into these positions, and I could actually feel a little bit more sinking down. I love that feeling, a little bit more sinking down, a really solid left leg. As Mo Norman said, the left toe takes the hit. He never gets pulled off the shot. And when we're looking at some of the modern day players, they're able to get this right leg out a long way. We're seeing Justin Thomas, but things moving this right leg out, but really having to bend their bodies into insane positions that normal people can't. And even these players are finding it difficult to time the swing with these type of actions. The best ball strikers of all time haven't had footwork like that. When we've seen Nicklaus and Hogan and Mickey Wright and Mo Norman, even looking at players like Fred Couples and great footwork, Lee Trevino. Guys, this is the way to hit a golf ball more effectively. So a great drill, this one really. Getting into the position, club opposite your lead foot, bump forward so that that hip is around 4 inches out in front, lower down and feel that position. You've got a bit of shaft laying there, and then come back, and because you're just in that position, finish your swing, and you'll feel a sinking, a lowering down, getting into the hitting zone. A great way to look at the Mo Norman swing, moving down and through impact, that lowering and that left leg bending and staying in the shot, not getting pulled off the shot. So guys, I've got some good compression on that one. Right, guys, this move through the ball, just adding on to the Mo Norman drill. When you get down and through impact, if you've sunk down enough, what you can do is when you move through the golf ball here, I've just got the hands just outside the left leg, just see if you could touch underneath that lead knee with your right hand. And this is just going to be supplying you with enough movement downwards. And you can just get in there and swing through, and you'll start to feel the bends that you need to be able to get in that position. So this is a good little reminder as well, is get up to the top, moving down and through and under. And if you can just touch on the
underneath part of that knee there, you're getting the sufficient bends that you need, and you'll feel this right side just shortening somewhat as you're rotating. And this is a good checkpoint to get yourself inside or extremely close to this hitting zone. Guys, love this drill. Let's have a look straight into it. Right, this really helps you get a feeling of a solid left leg and helps your hip planes through the golf ball. So here's what we do. We drop the right foot back and just lift it up a little bit. Now what we're trying to do is get this right leg to really work in under the left. This has to get here 10 to 17 degrees lower. This hip, this left hip is up and we're moving laterally. Now it's such an important area to get this right leg to work almost back and underneath you. This is how we do it. This is just great for your impact position. Squeezing up, closing up this gap into here when we're moving through impact. It doesn't look great. It's an abbreviated follow through, but right foot back, heel up. And what we're trying to do is keep flex, really squeeze this right leg behind the left leg and keep some flex. And just, we're going to abbreviate the follow through. Like I said, it doesn't look great, but wow, the contact is just so strong when you try this. It's such a powerful feeling through the ball. You probably hit a little bit of a fade even though your right foot is back. So we're trying to get this right hip down and under. We've got to get this, if this right hip's up, you can't get the elbow underneath. You've got to be able to get this elbow underneath this hip. And that's why we're seeing top players move down. They move down because they shorten the radius of the swing. You've got to get this down and under. And this is what supplies us with a feeling of this left leg bent. Get the right side to shorten. Foot back, abbreviated follow through. Doesn't look great, but it's a great feel through the golf ball, keeping that left leg. This is a great way to get your tilts of your hips right rather than riding up here with a high right hip and a high right shoulder, which is an absolute nightmare.
So guys, let's have a look at this, because McIlroy's lead leg, left leg, it actually never straightens. So he gets the flex, extra loading, pushing into the front part of the foot. Obviously he's pushing into this part of his foot here. We're going to show you that in a second. I've got a drill I want to show you here. Right? But when you see him move through the ball, the left leg at impact's bent, stays bent. And this is what Mo Norman said, hitting into a bent left leg, keeping your toes on the ground, your whole left foot. It's just so solid, right? Even when we look at the other side of things, have a look at Oosthuizen, like his left heel's in the air. And this is a drill I sort of show people. I mean, we measured that with, a lot of the time when we're using the body or the V1 pressure mat. It's an interesting one. You see Jason Day here, you can sort of see where the weight is on your feet. And so when he's coming down, he's got 100% of his weight into the toes of the lead foot. You'll probably see this first move. Watch his lead foot there. See how he stamps down the accelerator, right? And so we're seeing this with so many great players. I want to show you a drill here. Now this is an interesting one. You get like a tennis ball cut off and just experiment around with it, because you can still turn a lot. But if you straighten your left leg, you won't be able to get your lateral shift. And you just put it under your heel and just hit some shots, and then just see, because you're moving into a solid left side. You don't want your toes ripped off the ground because your hip plane gets too flat, your right hip gets too high, you get stuck, and you've got no freedom and power and sharpening through the ball.